So yeah, I understand that you want full-blown democracy instead of a democratic republic. You want your little echo chamber mob to be the dominating authority over everybody else, but that's not freedom. I mean, I know you're well intended. I know you think that that's somehow freedom, but you might want to check yourself before you wreck yourself. So yeah, uh, that's kind of where I am on that. David Hogg, I don't hate you or anything. I can think you're a douche without harboring hate. I can recognize that all you want is an echo chamber of people agreeing with you, and I can recognize that without harboring any sort of hatred or animosity or anything like that towards you at all. In fact, I hope that one of these days you grow the fuck up and pull your head out of your ass so that you can succeed in the adult world and be as successful and prosperous, and sky's the limit. Because let's face it, when it comes to your looks, I mean, other than kind of looking like a Joseph Goebbels, you do kind of got like that movie star kind of like look going on, and like the way you talk, you've definitely got that, like that attention grabbing, reel them in, sort of like you can grab people's attention and keep them focused. And if your head was out of your ass, you could really actually use your looks and your skills to really do like some productive shit and probably make like a lot of freaking money, like no joke, if only you one day realize it. um I don't know if you will. I don't know if you'll even watch this. Is if you are as utterly obsessed as I think you might be, you probably will eventually be getting down to watching this eventually, because you probably do your best to watch every single frickin' video that even just loosely mentions your name, because that's typically what raging narcissists do. So I'm sure eventually you'll get around to this, and it might take a year or something. I know you're a busy guy, and there's just lots of opinions to look through and shoot down and take a steaming pile of crap all over. But yeah. So I mean, might take you a while. I know I'm not exactly like first on the priority list or anything, but eventually, when you get here, and when you listen to this, hopefully by then you might be a little more open-minded to some of these words of wisdom, because you got the movie star look, man, no joke, and you've got the skill, you've got the charismatic skill, you've got the bling going on, you've got the attention grabbing, no fucking joke. You can go really far in this world, especially in entertainment. As a matter of fact, with your head pulled out of your ass, you might even learn to have this thing called a sense of humor. And then you'll have this charisma and the looks and the sense of humor. And like, dude, you could end up like making $1 million a second, like famola bling all over the place. But, I hope you do. I really hope you do. I hope like 15 years down the line, David Hogg is a household respected name instead of like the latest internet fart joke that there's fuck tons of memes made about. Yeah. So yeah, wishing you all the best of luck on that, dude. So moving on. No party system. There's a website called nopartysystem.com, as well as the nopartysystem.com Discord server, and it is run by John Means, aka the anti-partisan, and it's basically for people who are sick of the left-right dichotomy dickwag, and who want to at least try to figure out how to like collaborate and work together and share ideas. So it's like, on this thing, right, you've got people who you might classify as liberal. You got people who you might classify as conservative. You got people who you might classify as centrist, such as myself, and I have a slight liberal lean. But here's the thing. Um, we all have one very important thing in common. We're all looking around at the world, looking around at the dickwag, and going like, wow, this is crock shit. It's not really doing anything. And I think we need to focus on what we have in common, instead of, doing the dickwag about our differences, and, try to figure out, some ideas and ways to collaborate and whatever to, at least, try to make this world even just a slightly tiny, teensy little weeny bit better of a place, than it was the day before. It's not a movement. It's not a save the world thing. We're not a bunch of gurus or fucking whatever. We're just people, regular people, just like all the rest of you. We're just looking around like, this is some fucked up shit. And, we just, there needs to be some conversations had about this stuff. The conversations that do not fall under the category of left, right, dick measuring contest. So yeah. Inevitably, it might not be right away. I'm backlogged on like putting in social media descriptions for a lot of the PSEC episodes and stuff, and doing my best to not stress about that, and just, getting to these things as I get to these things, because if I stress about it, I'll procrastinate and I'll never, ever, ever get to it. But what you're going to eventually end up seeing, for in the description field on this video, at least on like the YouTube end and Daily Motion end and whatever, is a link to a DeviantArt journal. It's gonna have lots of other links in it. And yeah, regardless of where you're watching this, there's gonna be links. But some of the social media sites, I put like the full, like all the links list for everything, and for others, I just give just a one link to the to a journal to simplify things. And YouTube and Daily Motion definitely fall into the journal category. But anyway, once that's there and I write the journal up, and you're looking at the journal, anywhere you see no party system, you're going to notice that shit's going to be hyperlinked. And the hyperlink is going to be the invite to the Discord server. Yeah. So we basically have most of the PSEC crew up in this bitch already, so that's pretty cool. There's like a PSEC media section on the community channels thing, text and voice rooms, and you've got, the main community channels, and excuse me. Yep. There's like just shy of 100 people on this, if I recall. I mean, I don't know exactly how many people. I haven't really checked lately. I'm basically stating that it's under 100. I'm not saying that like, oh my god, we're piling it in. Holy shit. No, I'm not making any claims like that. But so far, we got a pretty nice group in here. And if you want to add this Discord server, that would be cool. It would be appreciated. And yeah, I do have a PSEC media Discord server, but like I'm not really advertising it right now or anything, because like I'm still getting used to dealing with Discord and all that good stuff. So I'm mostly just kind of practicing with it. Excuse me, I don't know when or if I'll even use that, or what I'll use it for, or whatever. I don't know what the future holds. There's too many other things I'm focused on, but for right now, no party system does have some good stuff going. It's small, but it's building, and I think it's safe to say we're not looking to get everybody and their mother in here, but just just people who genuinely want to collaborate and are done with the dick wagging. We're not looking for virtue signalers. Anybody who just kind of wants to join Discord servers and other social media elements and whatever, just to go in and talk about how virtuous they are and how wonderful they are and how terrible everybody else is, and follow them. They're the guru, they're the savior, whatever. Then yeah, we don't need any more like David Hoggs and shit. So like, fuck off. But anybody who recognizes that, hey, the main problem humanity has is this narcissistic back and forth, left, right, dick measuring contest. And, it's important to, to put differences aside and to come together on what we have in common and put on our big boy pants and our big girl pants and, have civil discourse with each other and et cetera, then hey, cool. If you are of that mind, then feel free to hit up the No Party System Discord server, which I will have linked for you for your convenience on the journal entries, especially the DeviantArt journal entry, as expediently as I can. So if it's not there yet, bear with me. And if you need it prior to my putting it there, then please ask me in like comment on YouTube or comment on DeviantArt or a DeviantArt note or Facebook message or whatever. Just like, wherever you can hit me up, like ask like, hey man, can I get that Discord link there? And the invite link may very well be on nopartysystem.com as well. Excuse me, I can't say that for 100% absolute fact, and I'm not going to like check into that right this particular second. But if you want to go to nopartysystem.com and check that and see if maybe the Discord invite link is already there, then hey, if it's there and you want to click into that, cool. I'm actually looking at that server right now. I'm in community channel text room general text 1 right now, looking right at the screen. Alrighty. Another good server that I am on is the Suit Yourself server. Excuse me. Suit Yourself's original YouTube channel got like censorship nuked hardcore. So he's got a new YouTube channel called Suit Yourself 2, spelled TOO, not TWO, but TOO. So yeah, it's obviously a play on words there. Just like Suit Yourself is a play on words, because he's got like this cartoon version of himself that is typically wearing a suit. And he also says that any of his opinions and views or whatever that he expresses, you can take it or leave it. Suit yourself. So it's all nice and play on wordy. And excuse me. He's also one of those really cool, like Australians, like the type who will will use the word cunt as casually as hello. Those are great. So yeah, so there's that, and I'm also on Count Dankula's server, and it's pretty fun, but it's kind of a hardcore server. I think it can be accurately described as cancer. So, I mean, love Count Dankula, but damn, you gotta have some thick skin to like last on that Discord server. Like seriously, it is so hardcore that like there's like a consent form that you have to sign via a bot that's parked in there in order to get like full access to like the conversations and stuff. So cancer. It's all good fun though. But yeah, cancer. Whew, holy mother fricker. Excuse my yawning. Jesus, I didn't not get much sleep last night at all. My apologies for that. It's just that oftentimes when I'm in this state, which happens more often than not, I'll have a bunch of topics and stuff on my mind. And I'll be thinking, oh man, I need to do a live stream about this, and that. I gotta get these topics out, and da 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 da. But then once I wake up, like I take off with my day, and my day kind of takes on a life of its own. And before I know it, freaking hours and hours later, now I'm getting tired, winding down for bed and shit. And it's like, oh man, I wanted to do that stream, but ooh. So like, yeah, I just kind of got tired of being poster child for Einstein's definition of insanity on that. So I'm like, fuck it, tired or not, I'm just gonna I'm just gonna get out and go there and see what happens. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. So anyway, moving on to some of the other stuff. I am backlogged on so many videos. I mean, hell, there's like the community conference calls videos from back in the Bundy rant situation in like 2014 that I'm like still not even halfway through processing because there was so much freaking content. Good Lord. And yeah, I'll still get done with that eventually. I'm also here and there doing my best to try to take the Journeys with Rebecca radio show episodes and, get them online on social media and put them on video. It's like, it takes hella system freaking resources to render video, and any time short of, hell freezing over before completion. So, yeah, one of these days I would love to have a much faster, more efficient system here. So yeah, patreon.com/PSEC media if you want to help out. Anyway, I also have youtube.com/Pawnscape because as many of you may or may not already know, I raise fish and build ponds and stuff like that. And yes, that's a part of my physical business, in which some money is made on that at least. Not through my YouTube anymore. Pondscape channel, among all my other channels, demonetized. Fuck you, Tube. Anyway. So yeah, but there's definitely a physical aspect of that, and I'm going to be continuing to move more and more and more into sustainability stuff and do-it-yourself projects and all sorts of good crap like that. So stay tuned on that. YouTube.com/Pawnscape if want to check that out. I've had that. Excuse me, that YouTube channel since like 2007, 2008, something like that. Somewhere in there. I've been there 10 years, give or take. So yeah. Now in the kind of bleed over between the digital and the esoteric. As far as the realms of what you might call spirituality and religion and all that good stuff, and things therein and how it ties in with the geopolitics and technology and everything else. I want to get into some quick points on my latest observations on the good, the bad, and the ugly within esoteric circles. For those of you who like what one might call channeled messages, although there are others who call them different things, and no, I don't think channeled messages are evil, and nor do I think they're an authority either. They're just perspectives and information, and again, just more tools. And if you have no discernment and your head's up your ass and you're just willfully ignorant and oblivious as fuck, then any information is just, it's going to be given the flamethrower to the 3-year-olds. Oh, yeah, grow up and learn to use information if you want to be able to have it actually like help you. Otherwise, you're going to be viewing some stuff as a guru authority and other stuff as like some demonic dark energy or whatever, and it's going to fuck your brain no matter what you do. So anyway, for those of you who have the maturity to actually process this sort of stuff without either bowing to guruism or, running away screaming, thinking that it's all like from the devil or some bullshit. Yeah, let's not forget that half the fucking Bible was channeled, but yeah, let's forget that. Let's ignore that shit. Anyway, moving on. Barbara Marciniak, up in the '90s, up until 2012, I would have called her leading edge, but now I would call her extremely entry level. And I don't mean any disrespect to Barbara. I just can't deny that the sky is blue and fire burns. She's kind of gotten like very hypocritical in recent years. I mean, this isn't a diss, it's just an observation. I think she's kind of become the poster child for a lot of the things her previous messages actually warned against. Warns against mind control and, government and, corporate stuff and mass media marketing, and not to fall into those traps. And, especially with her content, it's like I can tell she has little to no understanding of copyright. She's got the old tyrannical view of copyright, the limited mind control, narrow view of copyright, as many corporations still do. And I mean, I'm just saying, the sky's blue, fire burns. Again, it's not a diss. It's simply an inconvenient fact. It's not a diss. It's not meant as a diss. Saying that the stove is hot is not a diss. It's simply a fact, and if you touch that stove, then it's an inconvenient fact. So again, just wanting to clarify, I'm not attempting to say this in an attacking manner. If you like entry-level esoterics and you're curious about her work, by all means, buy the books, buy the CDs, this, that, and whatever. I'm not saying don't. I'm providing my perspective, and I know that's going to piss some people off, and Barbara might even be one of them, but I highly doubt it, seeing that she's also a technophobe, so she's probably not even ever going to know that I said any of this. She actually has no clue just how much people putting her content on YouTube has actually helped her book sales and CD sales and all that stuff. People seem to be under the impression that, like, oh, if you put that out, then sales go down because, then people got it for free, so they don't want to buy it. And like the opposite effect happens, kind of like when you air a movie for free on broadcast TV, DVD sales go up. Buy now to have it home on DVD and Blu-ray. It's like that's a thing. That is a thing, and yeah, people like Barbara just, don't get that. There's a lot of people that don't get that, but what else? You know, when people have the money and they can, they like to support the author. They like to have the physical stuff in their hands. They like to have their stuff on the shelf, Human beings are like that, and that's not going to change regardless of what you can download for free or not. So that's just kind of the way humans roll. You're not going to change that. So it's kind of a logical fallacy to think that that digital media is ever going to change that. Give me a freaking break. So anyway, yeah, Barbara, especially in recent times, I've noticed she's kind of been flipping her shit on this, and now with the copyright stuff, she seems to be allied with corporations that, like, yeah, when you get a freaking DMCA or whatever on that shit, their company information is listed, right? And like, you go to their website, doesn't resolve, try to do Google searches on them and stuff. The information is very elusive and convoluted. You start to wonder whether or not it's like some Tom trollery, or whatever. And then you end up finding out that, it is actually a real publishing company that is hooked up with Barbara, and hey, seeing as reality mirrors reality, yet again, totalitarianism mirroring totalitarianism right there. Yeah, hypocrisy 101. Um, so yeah, I just, I wanted to put that out there, and again, you wanna buy her books, buy her CDs, whatever. I'm not saying don't. Um, but if you want the advanced esoterics course, Barbara being entry level, if you want the advanced esoterics course that has been ongoing for, as long, if not longer than Barbara's been doing it, Cryon through Lee Carroll, all of his stuff is free downloads on cryon.com because he doesn't have a copyright dick shoved up his ass. And I also love how Cryon's kind of a straight shooter. He doesn't bullshit around. Just seems to call it like it is. I mean, yeah, people kind of call him the Pollyanna channel because he focuses a lot on love and all that. But yeah, he's not afraid to face the darkness. It's like he's just like one of the things he said recently. It's just like, many of you thought that through the 2012 shift that we were just gonna like be in some like fifth dimensional freaking happy land or some crap, higher vibrational, lovey lighty shit, and light has come upon the planet, and the dark is kind of noticed. So the dark is coming out to war. You're the target. It's fight, it's battle. Even refers to the army of darkness. So yeah, I mean, he's not pulling any punches here. Not trying to be all airy fairy, woo woo, meditate and ignore the world while it burns and think you're going to ascend to the fifth dimension or some bullshit. No, he's very matter of fact about shit, and he talks about things in very practical ways. And so I think that his free downloads on cryon.com are definitely the advanced course, whereas Barbara Marciniak is very entry level, older paradigm. Good if you're coming into this stuff like completely new and you know less than nothing and you're curious, and you have a few bucks to spend, then yeah, cool, buy our stuff if you'd like. But if you want the advanced course, if you want to put on your big boy and big girl pants with the esoterics, cryon.com, not a dime required. Grab that shit for free. Ooh, alrighty. Let's see, what else do I need to mention? I'm getting at this point where like I'm still tired. I'm gonna go through my mind like, all right, stuff I need to mention. Because I know for a fact that as soon as I close this live stream out, or maybe not as soon, but within the hour, I'll be like, oh man, I forgot to mention this, I forgot to mention that. Oh, I better do it next time. Excuse me. I will mention that there's a bunch of different people that I have my eye on and wanting to live stream with and collaborate with, and whatever, have some conversations, some YouTubers, people on social media, this, that, and whatever. And some of these people have responded back to me, and it's just been a matter of schedules, situations, and circumstances kind of getting the stars to align for it, for lack of a better way of saying it. And Others I haven't even, really been able to approach with an invite yet, so it's kind of on the to-do list. But it's like there's all sorts of people that I'm wanting to live stream with and feature and stuff. Some really cool people, like you know some of these like really cool like cosplay chicks and stuff who I think are very like good examples of like the brave, empowered female, like that's not third wave feminism, that's like not cancer. Uh, so yeah, people like that. And a lot of the female SJ, anti SJWs out there that again, third wave feminism is cancered. So empowered female example. And yeah, a lot of these people that are online doing like comedy or talk shows or this, that, and the other, kind of getting them on, and not people like who are just, I'm not looking at it like, oh, well, they have a good YouTube channel, so I just want them on because, well, yeah, because they have a good YouTube. No, I mean, people that I really feel that like I resonate with, like, yeah, their message is fucking powerful. People need to know about this shit, like that kind, like no fucking around. So yeah, I mean, seeing as there's a lot of things right now that are tentative and pending, I'm not going to name names because don't know what the future exactly is going to hold. So don't want to get anybody's hopes up. So this way, nobody's hopes are getting shot down because they were never up in the first place. Excuse me. But yeah, and I definitely want to get into more like tech talk stuff too. Like, I seem to, like the dominating factor of my content seems to bounce back and forth between the esoteric and the geopolitical, and I want a bit more diversity. I'm someone to like get like some more technical stuff and like other topics and stuff too. And yeah, like I try to toss some Pondscape stuff in here and there when I can on this too. But like, I definitely want to diversify the topics a bit more as best I can. I mean, chances are, the channel will probably always be, predominantly esoteric and geopolitical. But I still would like to have like way more of the other topics than I currently have. So that's definitely something that I am shooting for. Alrighty, I guess I'll wrap that up then. I can't really think of anything else to say right now. So if you like this video or happen to like any others, then hit the subscribe button. Make sure the little bell thing is clicked if you're on YouTube and all that. Or if you're on DeviantArt or BitChute or Dailymotion or wherever the heck you're watching this from, subscribe, follow, watch, like, share. If you found this video even remotely useful, if you find any of my videos even slightly useful, entertaining, whatever, even just a tiny tad worthwhile, like, subscribe, share, follow, watch, yada yada, whatevs. So yeah, that would be really awesome. Of course, if anybody wanted to like flip me like $1 a month on Patreon, so I could catch up on my backlog video to-do list faster, because it'd be cool to like really actually upgrade this hardware better to like be able to crank out the videos. Like, that would be epic, because that is totally what I would put the money into. That is like, obviously if money's coming from patrons, I'm gonna put it into things that have to do with the multimedia work I'm doing. And yeah, I'd like some faster frickin' video rendering capabilities, so that I can put out, not only finish my backlog frickin' video to-do list for multiple frickin' channels here, but even the new videos that come out, be able to have like better, higher quality shit like done in like less time. something kind of just a little sooner than hell freezing over. So yeah, that would be freaking awesome for anybody who wants to do that. So yeah, alrighty, I guess that is it. So have a great morning, noon, night, whatever the heck it is, in your neck of the woods, your part of the planet. Shadley, peace out. And man, this year is interesting and crazy.